Hey everybody, welcome to week 7. So, week 7 means we're near the end, which is wonderful, right? Because you're near the end of this term, which means you're one term closer to graduation, which is awesome. And in a career prep class like this, you're really kind of chomping at the bit, hopefully, to put a lot of these skills to good use after graduation. So, exciting, exciting, exciting. It can be nerve-wracking too. I understand that. So, if you have concerns about grades, if you have concerns about late assignments, anything like that, reach out to me. Just let me know, okay? My information's readily available in Blackboard. So call me, text me, email me. Many of you have done that. Wonderful. Keep it up if you have concerns. Okay. So what are we going to be doing this week? Um, we think it's important for all students to graduate with a good understanding of financial literacy. Now, some of you may say, "Oh, I don't need that stuff because I'm really conservative with my money and I'm very, very savvy about this and that." That's wonderful. That's great. So for you, this is going to be a lot of review. I think for a lot of students, there is some concern, maybe a lack of knowledge of things like loans. They'll take out loans. They figure, well, that's just what you do when you go to college. But they may not know fully what those loans are, especially the federal student loans, right? And they are different. This is different than a mortgage. This is different than a car loan. This is different than your credit card. Federal student loans are very appealing for many, many, many college students because it's readily available money that's backed by the federal government. But because it is backed by the federal government, you're on the hook with them until the loan is paid. And when I mean until the loan is paid, this is not 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It'll follow you the rest of your life. All the more reason to know them inside and out now and to take them very seriously now. Again, most of you, I think, are not going to have any problem with this, but I think it is important. And the lecture does go through this step by step, which is important as well. The discussion this week, we're going to be talking kind of broadly speaking about this subject and anything else that might be of interest to you in the lecture. So any kind of financial literacy specific stuff, we're going to be talking about that in the discussion. And there's kind of an extensive amount of information in the discussion board instructions just to kind of guide you as to what kinds of things you should be writing about. There's also a lot of helpful information in the lecture when it comes to basic financial literacy. And again, some people say, "Oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm in good shape." But others, this is going to be something that could be very eye-opening and could be a lifesaver. Okay, so certain things like tips and tricks, things to avoid, stuff like that, you're going to want to take very special care going through those in the lecture. So, for instance, there is a great article in the lecture about the 10 mistakes people make when it comes to finances. And it's things like spending frivolously, using your credit card kind of like a bank, essentially, and paying the minimum balance. That could be disastrous for people, okay, for your credit score, for your savings, all that kind of stuff. Also, the fact that so many people don't save at all. If you start saving for your retirement right now, you say you're 25 years old. And even if it's tiny bits of money, 25, 50 bucks a month, right? That will put you farther ahead of people who don't start until they're 40. All right, when it comes to just because of compounding interest, when it comes to retirement. So those kinds of things are things that you need to know about. And I think a lot of people don't know about those things. And so when people are always struggling with money and they're like, oh gosh, I don't know why I'm always living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not sure what I can do about it. I think this kind of information could be of great benefit. Now, if you're in this situation now and you're like, I am living paycheck to paycheck, I'm struggling, I don't really know what to do, I think you can find some helpful information here. But I think more than that, it's just making you aware that these are significant issues that could be life altering issues. Now, there is something that we do offer through Bryant Stratton College for free for all of our students, and it's called Well Connect. Some of you may know about this, some of you may not. Well Connect is often something, and there is the information on how to access it is in the Week 7 folder. It's one of those things that we often talk about with students when it comes to things like stress and anxiety. Maybe people who are struggling with depression or relationship issues, because we can connect you with experts who can help you, but also Well Connect can connect you with people when it comes to issues related to finances, whether it's your loans, whether it's paying your mortgage, whether it's learning to save for retirement or for your kids' college funds, those kinds of things. So it is of great benefit to you to take a look at Well Connect and see how much it has to offer. It's a wonderful, wonderful resource. I can't say enough about it. So that's what this week is going to be about. It's going to be financial literacy. There is one assignment beyond just the discussion board, and it's a reflection. And it's essentially taking all the things that we've been talking about throughout these weeks and bringing them together, collecting them, and giving you this kind of broader class specific perspective on career prep and on kind of those next steps after graduation. So it's not too difficult a reflection, but it is an opportunity for you to really start looking comprehensively at the entire class and seeing what you can pull a value out of it. So any questions, folks? Any comments? Any concerns? You know where to find me, and we'll see where this week takes us. Thanks, folks.